Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 11th. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and we're actually going to do a Celtic cross for the week, and we're just going to see what is going on for you at this time, and that's going to be that. So let's see here. This actually looks really good, especially for those of you that are like hoping for a new beginning. And I will also say that I feel like there could be a gift from the universe coming in. You have the Ace of Wands. You know, aces can be like gifts from the universe. But you also have the Six of Cups, which is also my card of receiving a gift from the universe. In your current general energies, you have the King of Swords here. In the near future, you also have the Ten of Swords. But again, the rest of the reading is amazing, so I wouldn't really worry about it. I do feel like you could be feeling left out in the cold or stabbed in the back right now from a person who you thought was going to be like much, much more significant, is what I would say. I definitely get that here. If it's not a person, I would say it's either, it's something that provided you with security, because you have the King of Pentacles as your crossing energy. So this could be like a job loss, or you might just not be feeling as secure as you want as far as your finances are concerned. The King of Swords kind of tells me, with the King of Swords, with this King of Pentacles as your crossing energy, kind of tells me that you could be taking things like a little bit too seriously. And again, I'm not saying it's not serious, right? If you're struggling financially, but like I always tell the story, like many years ago, it's like for like 3 years after I lost my first business when I was younger, and it was very successful. I did like nothing for 3 years, literally did nothing. And there were like multiple times where I had like negative $800 in my bank account, right? And at that time, those things were, that was very serious to me, right? And so, of course, it was like a serious thing that I had to fix. But there were like many things that happened during that 3 years that at the time I really thought was like super serious, right? And I was like super serious, and I was like angry and like all this other stuff the entire time. But it's like looking back on it, none of those things were very serious at all, right? And if I just like pulled my head out of my ass, right? I'm talking about me, not you here. But if I just did that, I probably would have gotten out of the situation much quicker than 3 years. And so I just feel like, again, maybe you're not as extreme as I was, right? But I kind of feel like this is saying, make sure you're putting things into perspective, because there might be some things that you think are serious that actually aren't serious going on. And again, I feel like that releasing energy that's what I did to get out of the situation after the 3 years. And I just feel like it'll like set you free much sooner. We're gonna clarify this and get more detail. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Five of Pentacles. So again, feeling left out in the cold. These people need to make sure to not call attention to their weaknesses. What was I doing that entire time? That entire 3 years, I was focusing on exactly what I didn't have, right? I was focusing on not having money. I was focusing on being miserable, being angry, all those things, right? And literally, the thing that changed my life is changing my thoughts. I talk about this all the time. Literally, the only thing I did, people always come at me when I say that. I'm always like, well, it's free. It doesn't cost any money. So why didn't you try it, right? And if nothing else, it'll make you feel better, right? And while you go get a job or fix your situation or whatever, right? I don't even think that's what's going on here, by the way, but Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. In the area of your foundation, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords, I actually feel pretty good about, because I feel like it's saying that you are curious about the future at the very least. That's basically what happened to me when I was miserable. And I don't even think some of you are miserable. I feel like some of you are fine. This is just a tiny little hiccup, right? But I became curious. I was like, well, what I'm doing right now isn't working. So I need to be curious about something else. And I kind of feel at the very least you are feeling, curious about other opportunities in life or things that you could be doing. In the area of the past, you have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of freedom. It is a card of marriage. So for some of you, this could be like the end of a relationship that you've experienced in the recent past. I see all sorts of things, because again, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, not so great. And again, I'm not going to sugarcoat this reading. So not so great, definitely haven't gone through something, and it could be something that made you happy, could be something, if it wasn't marriage, it could also be, could just be some sort of commitment, like I said, like a relationship in general, could be a job, we can commit to a job, right? Or it could be something that you thought brought you a lot of freedom as well. The Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and so I feel like what you are moving past is the Four of Wands. Here's the good news, is that the Four of Wands to me, it looks like a pause symbol. You can see the Four of Wands on either side of the card there, and it almost looks like a pause symbol. So I feel like you're coming off of a pause in your life. Even in the near future, you have the Ten of Swords. I feel like this is where you are, really. I really feel this is kind of like your energy in general. So some of you might be going through healing. You could be literally healing from a health concern or something like that. For others, it's gonna be, I'm reading for a million of you, and I'm getting like a million different things. For some of you, I literally feel like you feel stabbed in the back. For others, I feel like it's not such a big deal. I feel like you're just kind of walking away from one thing because you can't see it. Sorry, I'm in the process of moving, so that's why I don't have my whole setup. But right next to it, you go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Wands. And to me, this says for some of you, this is just simply a new beginning. Over the next few months, you have the Nine of Cups. Love it. Amazing. Fulfillment. Entering into a period of fulfillment, becoming more fulfilled in your life, looking for more fulfillment as well. Not only that, much better energy with the Nine of Cups. Excuse me. He is totally fulfilled. I always say he's meant to look chubby on the Nine of Cups because it's meant to represent the fact that he has had a feast in the past. Now he's having another feast right now on the card. And it kind of represents needing to be in an energy before you can have the energy. So it's like, for example, if you want love, you have to experience love before you can have love. If you want money, you need to experience money before you can have money. And people always say, like, how is that possible? I'm always like, well, you can go love a dog. You can go love nature. You can go love a flower. You can go be around money, right? And you can be in money. And so that's how you do it. You have to go be in the energy first. But I feel like you are kind of stepping into this much more passionate new beginning in your life. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Ace of Wands. I feel you could be receiving a lot of support, number one, from the people in your life, and that's kind of lifting you up out of this Ten of Swords energy. So it's kind of weird because I feel that for most of you, the first part of the reading, this heavier energy, feeling stabbed in the back or feeling left out in the cold, has happened recently. June, May, somewhere around there. Something happened. And for others, maybe it's been a little bit longer, but I kind of feel like there are people who are lifting you up. I also just feel that this is kind of like outside of I'm using the Celtic cross here, and this position is your closest relationships, but, I kind of feel like it's outside of that. I feel like it's kind of talking about the energy in general. I feel like you're finding reasons to feel passionate, about different projects or new beginnings in your life. And this is going to lead to a lot of excitement. It's almost like the Ace of Wands is striking me as something that strikes you. It's like sometimes we feel hopeless. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like I said, I feel not all of you, but maybe some of you are feeling hopeless in the first chunk of the reading. The Ace of Wands, I feel like, is almost like something that wakes you up, that kind of gives you hope, that makes you feel inspired. And so I would encourage those of you that feel hopeless to realize that there is something coming in for you, probably this week, that is going to make you feel very inspired. It could be an idea that is very successful. It could be an opportunity that comes in that's very successful with Ace Wands. Could also be love as well. It could be, very passionate connection. Even in the area of your future feelings, you have the Six of Cups. Love it. I love the Six of Cups in a reading like this because the Six of Cups is like a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning that we've been bumping up against obstacles. I kind of see the Four of Wands as an obstacle in your reading because I'm seeing it as the pause, not being able to move past that point. The Six of Cups represents a turnaround. That is usually the gift that we receive from the Six of Cups. So I really feel there's like a turnaround coming in for you. And finally, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, she needs to turn around and see this new island behind her. Two of Swords is like being stuck. It's like being at a stalemate, not making a decision. And so for a lot of you, I do get that stalemate type of energy where it's like two things are not coming together. Really, this is coming up as your outcome. We're going to clarify, but I have a feeling that you're really not stuck, actually. I feel that through this clarification that we're about to do, it's basically going to tell us that you're going to be moving towards that Ace of Wands. So it's like you might be stuck with a person. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye. That's what's causing a problem here. But I feel like you're just going to say, okay, well, I'll just leave, or I'll move on to something new. For others, and again, you do have the Six of Cups here, which could be an agreement. So maybe that's not the case. But for some of you, if this is in work, like maybe your boss just isn't willing to give you a raise or a promotion, and that's what's causing problems here, I feel like you're just going to say, okay, I'll leave. I'll go to this new island, this new opportunity behind me. But let's see what is going on for you here, Scorpio. With the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Pretty good. Six of Pentacles is about creating more balance or finding more balance. And I kind of feel that for you. I feel like you're focusing on balancing things out. It is also interesting that I feel like you feel left out in the cold. Normally on the Six of Pentacles, the guy, he's giving to one person, but he's not giving to the other. So I feel for some of you, maybe it's like you feel that a person is holding back from you. And that could be what caused this Ten of Swords ending, is that maybe someone wasn't giving 110% or even just 100% or even just 90%. Like nowadays in 2022, I feel like 90 is pretty good. And, I feel that, and it kind of feels like something's holding back here. So I feel like you're looking to create more balance. With the Five of Pentacles in the area of your thoughts, Four of Swords would tell me that you think that you need a break. I'm not saying you're wrong either. You probably need a break. So this could be you hoping or wishing to get a break from this energy, the heavy energy. And I do feel like the break is coming, especially with that Ace of Wands and the Six of Cups at the end. With the Page of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups. Love it. Like I said, I feel like you're just getting curious. Literally, like that's what happened to me. After that 3 years that I went through my life, I just, like started getting curious about like other ways of doing things. But I also just kind of was like sick and tired of being sick and tired. So I like just changed, right? And I feel like for some of you, this could be you like seeing fulfillment. There were things that happened to me where like I saw things where there's a bunch of things. There was a collection of things, let's put it that way. But there were a couple of things where it's like I saw someone being successful and like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. So like there was a lot of that was going on at the time as well. So I feel like if you see it, sometimes you're like, wait a minute, if my dumbass cousin can like start a business and pull themselves out of poverty or whatever, then I can do it. And I feel like you could be seeing things with this energy that are making things possible. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Seven of Pentacles. For some of you, I feel like you created the Ten of Swords. And I don't mean this in a bad way. It's like you just decided to end something. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles is also my card of, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it worth it to put all this time, effort, and energy into something? So some of you could be having an abrupt ending. Let's put it that way. That's kind of like what I feel with that Ten of Swords. There's some sort of abrupt ending that either already has happened or is about to happen. I feel like if it's about to happen, that you are the one that is making it happen. Probably because you're not getting what you deserve out of the situation. And again, I don't care. It could be love, could be a business, could be work related as well. Whatever it is, there's some sort of lack of fairness going on with that Six of Pentacles. And I feel like that's what this reading is all about creating more balance in your life, more fairness, but also probably just more abundance with that Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups. With the Nine of Cups, here you go. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, again, is the turnaround. Just in general, gift from the universe. And again, it's like saying where you have been bumping up against obstacles, now you're being set free. Sorry. COVID. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is kind of like thinking, like wondering, is the grass going to be greener on the other side? I would actually say yes in this reading. If we look at the Ace of Wands, there's this castle right above my finger, and the castle is meant to look like it is crumbling, like it is falling apart. The Ace of Wands represents a passionate new beginning, but it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new. And the Four of Cups, I feel, just kind of like those thoughts, right? Even we see this with the Two of Swords. Again, she might be thinking, I'm going to stay where I am because I don't know that the grass is greener over there. But really, it is greener on the other side. So this is one of those few situations where I would definitely tell you, yes, the grass is definitely greener on the other side. With the Six of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Could be new love coming in for you as well. For some of you, I feel that love could be like a motivating force in your life. So, there could be a person coming in where you're like, wow, I love this person. And that could be the thing that motivates you at this time. For others, the Two of Cups is like you and your higher self. And I always say the Two of Cups to me can represent like communication coming in from your higher self. So your higher self could be communicating with you and being like, hey, there's like new opportunities somewhere else. So I would pay attention to that. With the Two of Swords, you have the Judgment card. Normally, there is a big angel, which is your higher self angel at the top of the Judgment card. So again, I feel like you are being called to something new. These people on the Judgment card are normally standing in their coffins, and they're being called out. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So, in a lot of ways, I would say that this is a death reading, a Scorpio reading, where you're going through like a major rebirth here. Yeah, you have the Six of Wands. I just wanted to ask, what's on the other side of this death, of this transformation? Success, good news, good things. Wheel of Fortune, a total turnaround. Love it. Amazing. So Wheel of Fortune really says you're kind of like taking control of your destiny. And you have the Page of Pentacles, so just a new beginning here in general. I would say that this is a new beginning reading. I would also say this is like a rebirth. I definitely feel you've been through it in the first chunk of the reading, like I said, but the second chunk, much more positive and definitely going in the right direction. Love it. So thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.